Guardian Home Inspection, Performing Sewer Line Inspection for 8620 Lubao Avenue, Winnetka, California, built in 1955. This is a cleanout located at the rear. It's a 2-inch cleanout located at the rear unit. At this rear unit here, that's the property. So I'm gonna try to trace this line as far as I can. So that's lateral there. What I do is I have the water supply turned on to the property at the rear unit. This helps me push the camera, so the material of the pipe is ABS. So I'm going to try to push this as far as I can. And I think this leads to the front of the property somehow. We'll have to figure it out, but for now, the slope of the camera -10, which looks good. I'm sorry, slope of the pipe -10 looks good. I do have a skid on my camera which lifts up the camera head off the surface of the pipe, but not a big one because this 2-inch cleanout didn't allow me to put a big one in. So, but this is fine. This pipe looks like it's serviceable. You know, sometimes you get that. That's the reason why I was explaining to you about the my pipe travels on the surface of the pipe, and you know, sometimes I could get to be underwater, and it's not typical for this to happen. We don't like to see puddles of water or like standing water, but I do have the water turned on, and my skid is not the biggest skid just because of that 2-inch size. So once I get as far as I can, I will turn the water off and then see why there's see, like I'm barely at the surface of the water. See that? I think it's just because I have the water turned on. Like I said, it does help me push this camera in. So I'm gonna just push, and turn the water off, come back dry to visualize the pipe. There it is. So I made a turn. Like I said, I'll come back dry. I'll go up to like 120 feet. That'll take me to the front. And then, which at that point I'll start over from the front clean out. There's a clean out at the front. So far this pipe looks good. I don't see any issues. -3, -4 on the slope. Take it to 96, 100 feet. (107). And right here it turns into clay. So this is probably located at the front of the property here. So I'll take it a little bit further and then I'll start over at the front. But right here I do see some tree roots. So I'll have to trace that. That tree root occlusion there. See that? So I'll note that. So I'll push a little bit further. Like I said, I'll start over at the front, but let me just see what I see, and then just so we can get a reference of what we see when I go to the front. See right here, you do have another bit of tree roots. So I'll trace those tree roots, and then I'll note that. So right now, I'm gonna turn off this water and then flush the toilet. I'll be right back. Okay, I turn off the water and I flush the toilet. So right now I'll just come back dry, let this water subside a little bit. So I'm 120 feet out, and I did see a couple of joints that have tree roots. And it's located where the pipe transitions to clay. So right here it's going to subside, and then we'll get a gush of water here in a second, and I'll come back dry. See, that's the toilet. So after that, that means it's going to technically be a little bit dry here. Drier. The water is not going to flow as much. There are occupants at the property inside the front, So they might be using some water here and there too, but right now, so I'll retract my camera, tree root in the front there. I'll go locate it at the from the other clean out. There's a clean out in the front I opened, so I'll stick my camera in there. So at this section, so at 115 feet from the clean out at the rear, it transitions to clay, but that's going to be different in the front. But yeah, that's clay, and I did see some tree roots at the front. So now I'm just going to retract my camera, looking at the sewer line. You know, like I said, dry kind of. It's not dry, but there's some water, but I just not a lot of water like I had it right now, like you saw. But right now it looks good. I don't see any issues. -4 on the slope. -1. Yeah. So this is ABS. It appears to be flowing properly. So now I'm just retracting my camera 75 feet out right here. And this is where I did see like a little belly or like water kind of standing in this area, but it doesn't appear to be standing now. Here, this section right here, see that? A little bit, but no, it's good. Looks good. So now I'm just retracting. I don't see any breaks in the line, any issues with this pipe so far here. Just at that clay section in the front. So I'll go trace that line. Right here. This is where that underwater section was, a little belly at that section. And then maybe somebody flushed the toilet too. Now, see, it's a little belly there. Sometimes that happens. I push when it ends. See, so yeah, there is a belly. I can see my camera moving a little bit, my slopage. So there's a, this is where it ends. So, -2. So there is a belly here. So it's like, this is where the water's collecting. So I'll go in the water here, see this? Right here. I mean, it's there. Not much you can do about it. You can dig it up and fix it, but I think that would be overkill. Doesn't seem like a lot of water's collecting there, but it is in that section. So there's a belly 25 feet out, 28 feet out. So I'll note it. If you want to repair it, it's up to you. I think it's a long run for a short slide to repair that. I mean, it's just probably not worth it. But again, if you like it to be repaired, you could repair it. And here's this. That was from the rear to the front. So now I'll go do the front to the main city. All right. So continuing on with the inspection. I'm at the front now at this 4-inch clean out. So now I'm going to access the main sewer line. Sorry about that grimace there. Let me turn on the water, I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that grimace, but I cleaned my camera. So now I'm at the front clean out. And I am gonna trace this line all the way to the city connection. So I think I was already here just with the other inspection from the rear, but we'll see how far I could take this. So that I was here. See that? Remember that? Remember that section? So right here at this section, this is where the tree root is at the front. So from the clean out, it's 24 feet out. And it's located probably at the property line. We'll see. I have a sound locator, so my camera emits this radio frequency that I could pick up, and it'll tell me how deep it is as well. So right now, let me just push past that before I track that tree root. This is clay pipe. Clay pipe is good pipe, but it does have issues. Sometimes the tree roots get in because of the joints. The joints are made with concrete-based material, that sometimes erodes, and that's what allows the tree roots to enter. So here is the city connection, the city saddle here. And I don't see any issues with that. Looks good at the city saddle, city connection. So now I'm going to retract my camera. This is where the rest of the city dumps into. This is your city saddle, your city connection, which looks good. So I don't see any issues with that. Now I'm going to retract my camera towards, there's a little joint offset there that's probably insignificant, so I'll note that, but that's not that big of a deal. There's another one there, little one. So now I'm going to take this to where the tree roots were, and then just note it. I think maybe probably best case scenario is having a hydrojet here. So the pipe is compromised, and then the joints, those two joints, here's another one right there, those two joints are compromised, meaning tree roots are getting in. So I'm going to note that, and then I'll let you know where that's at. Be right back. Alright, so I spotted that the tree roots, they're located at the city sidewalk, and then one at that front lawn, exterior front lawn. So they're about 5 feet deep. So on this, you could do a spot repair, dig it up. Would require cutting into that concrete, city concrete sidewalk. So it's up to you. I do recommend having at the very least a hydrojet, and then clearing this line just so there's no occlusion. So at this point, you do have you're in need of a hydrojetting, and I do recommend further review and repair by a licensed plumber. So I would say schedule hydrojetting and find out the cost for a hydrojetting, and then what they'll do is they'll give you an estimate of the repair. So the whole hydrojetting experience is probably like $800 to $1,000. So they'll come in, they'll snake it, they'll put a camera in there to see what the issue is, and then they'll hydrojet, and then they'll give you a camera again. They'll put a camera in just to show you that it's cleared up, and then they'll tell you, hey, insert a liner, leave it the way it is, or we could do a spot repair. So those are your options. So now I'm just going to retract my camera back, and then pull this back. The rest of the line looked okay, the city connection, the ABS pipe here, but those two joints, 4 feet apart, that have tree root intrusion, which could cause a backup. So I do recommend having at the very least a hydrojetting or a spot repair. So now I'm just going to retract this, and I'm all done. This is the property, and thank you very much. Give me a call if you have any questions.